Welcome back to part 6 of the house in Fata Morgana, if I'm saying that correctly. We're getting right back into it. I know we last left off. We had to find the girl, apparently. We have to find the white-haired girl that showed up last night to our mansion. Which, it's a little creepy. Not gonna lie. That's okay. How did I... Oh, geez, it's gonna give me a... You have to give me a minute to get into this British accent thing. It's also early in the morning, like 8:30 or so. Phew. Oh, I almost forgot, dearest Nell. Mel? Well, what now? Come on, no need to be mean. I'm sure you're quite surprised at the news. The news? Oh? At breakfast, which you missed, Father told us. Told you what? Do I really want to say? It sounds like you wanted me out of your room, dearest Mel. Please, Nellie. Hehe. We got a new maid today. From a house we have ties to, apparently. Supposedly. I've never seen anyone like her before. For supposedly coming from a good family, she isn't very graceful, and I've never seen her at social gatherings. But that's not the surprising part. I'm sure y'all are enjoying my British accent a lot. Does that maid? She's peculiar. Has a very unusual appearance, that one. Have white hair. What? How do you know that, dearest Mel? Thanks, Melly. Nelly? Hey, get back here. Oh, for goodness sake, what's gotten into him? Bah. Bah. That's the same. At the time, the majority of servants at the mansion were men. However, the ladies of the house all had abigails, so there were several women servants, myself included. The maids, by and large, were selected from the daughters of other esteemed families. It was, you could say, a sort of training before they entered society. The girls would serve at houses even more powerful than their own. And the white-haired girl Mel saw the night before was one such maid. When he heard this, Mel could not sit still any longer. I didn't really think this through, did I? I don't even know where she is. I'm guessing she's probably Mother's maid. White hair. It has to be the girl from last night. But deep down, he was having difficulty believing the young woman he had seen the previous night was truly here to be a servant. And couldn't you blame him? When he saw her, she was an absolute mess, hardly what you would envision from a girl of class. But he did not seek her to find out whether that was true. He merely wanted to see her once more, to ascertain whether what he had witnessed the previous night was real or his imagination. And he wanted to have an actual conversation with her. I don't want to run into Mother. That would be awkward. He was heading toward his mother's bedchamber, but the closer he drew, the heavier each step grew. He rounded a corner, debating whether or not to head back, and stopped in his tracks. On occasion, wishes do come true. When Mel turned the corner, he saw her, the same girl, that same white hair. Ah. Well, this is awkward. She appeared to be cleaning the hallway. She traced along the wooden carvings lining the walls, making certain not to miss even a speck of dust. The girl wore a pristine dress, the uniform of the mansion's abigails. There was no longer any filth to obscure her beauty. All that had covered her pure white hair and glass-like skin was no longer. If you have like glass-like skin, you just break easily. I don't know, it's kind of a weird comparison for me. I know, whatever. The one thing that had not changed was her listless ruby eyes. Pardon me. Hearing his footsteps, the young woman raised her head. She caught Mel's gaze and for a brief moment merely blinked at him in silence. Lord Mel, yes? Your father informed me of you. Did he? I guess I don't need to introduce myself then. I don't know why, but just going over the top of the accent is just funny for me. I believe she made an attempt to smile, though it was difficult to tell, and she quickly dropped her gaze back to the floor. Flax and Ruby met only for the briefest moments. She seemed to be looking at both someone and no one at all. Everyone here truly has the most beautiful color of hair. Did you have business with the mistress, Lord Mel? I can let her know if you like. No, I was looking for you. For me? Mel felt as though all the blood in his body had begun to flow backwards. He cannot effectively describe the sensation, but in a word it resembled panic. I actually like that description. Blood flowing backwards. It's actually, never heard of that one before. Good job, game. On his way to find her, Mel had come up with a number of subjects he wanted to talk about, and he generally had little trouble speaking with others. He had had less experience interacting with women, this was true, but he had spent the time he had spent around Nellie had kept him from stumbling too much. Until then. Yes, for you. Why would you be looking for me, Lord Mel? I was wondering how you were doing. Pardon? I'm quite fine. Good. That's great to hear. You fool, Mel. What are you even saying? You have more important things to ask, like where she came from. Or to tell her she has pretty hair and eyes. But I don't want to trouble her too much. He's gonna start kicking himself real bad after fumbling the bag. Lord Mel. Yes? Sorry, you just suddenly fell silent. Was I, in your way? In my way? No, not at all. What are you up to? Her job? I'm cleaning. Well, yeah, I didn't even need to ask. Ah, you're cleaning. Ah, man, this is truly the first meetings among first meetings. Some salutations going on here. Oh, you can just let the other servants take care of the cleaning. You're one of the noble daughters we took in, right? Then why is Mother making... No, I'm doing this because I want to. The mistress appeared to be busy, and I could not simply be idle. But... I enjoy cleaning. Well, if you say so. Say, yesterday... Sorry, yawn coming through. Okay, it's over. This mansion is truly a thing of beauty. All the many roses in the garden, even the furnishing has had a great deal of thought put into it. This family must have had a wonderful sense of aesthetic. Must have, instead of must have had. Oh, yeah, thanks. Did she just change the subject on me? I'm delighted to have been given the opportunity to serve in such a magnificent house. Mother and father actually had nothing to do with that, not even the garden. That's all been around since my grandfather's time. This mansion was a complete wreck when he bought it. Oh, was it? Yeah, frankly, I'm surprised he actually paid money for it. Ha ha. The chandelier in the foyer was shattered and only half attached to the ceiling. Most of the decorations on the wall were broken. I can hardly imagine. This is marvelous, impressive house. A marvelous, impressive house. Ah ha ha ha. I'm sure he'd be flattered to hear it. My grandfather was a bit of an eccentric. He liked to do things people didn't expect just to watch the look of surprise on their faces. He was the kind of man who would buy a mansion that was beyond repair just to give it a completely new life. Haha, like right now, yeah, right now, or where that mansion was standing in. Everyone who had seen the property before it was renovated was astonished. They regretted not taking the opportunity themselves, seeing the transformation it underwent. Heh. Huh? I was just thinking that you're kind of like this house. What do you mean by that? What do I mean? Where is the comparison possibly going? I mean, when you first arrived. Oh, no, never mind. Forget it. I wasn't spying on you in the dead of night. She'll figure out you were peeping on her, stupid. She hasn't yet, has she? I feel like at this point. Yes. Oh, it's nothing. The more I think about it, you and the mansion aren't really comparable. Oh. I can think of one comparison, and that I'll own both of you soon enough. The truth is, it being a rundown mess isn't the only reason nobody wanted to buy the house. It's an undesirable. They say, oh, not the blood, that all who dwell within this house shall be met with misfortune. Do you believe it? Just a silly rumor. Forget that weird splotch of blood that just appeared. I'm just kidding. It's not actually true. It's all rumors and hearsay, embellished to make the tale more exciting. The rumors only started because of how it used to look. If the mansion truly begot misfortune, then we wouldn't still be here. A little bit too early in the story to say that one, Mel. And it wouldn't explain how my grandfather died. Do you know how he passed away? No, how did he? Inside a lovely lady. What? What? Big same. What the Believe it or not, that was how he died, together with a young, beautiful woman. His time ran out while he was making love to her, as they say. A rather crude way to go. But he was hardly misfortunate. What'd I tell you? Yes? Just so you know, I promise I didn't inherit my grandfather's propensity for such base behavior. In fact, it's based behavior. I am pure of body and spirit, dedicated wholly to my studies, so... Aha. Hey, she laughed. My apologies. No, it's fine. Anyway, we were talking about the mansion, right? Yeah, let's get back to that one. I've always thought it was a kind of strange place myself. That dress you're wearing, it was found here after my grandfather bought it. You don't see that kind of design around these parts, so I'm guessing it was probably imported. The architecture is really old-fashioned, too, which must have caught Grandfather's eye. When he announced his plans to buy it, the entire family opposed his decision, but he refused to budge. Renovation upon renovation gave the mansion new life, But all of his work, he was most but of all of his work, he was most fond of the roses in the garden. He collected species from all across the world, and every time he got a new one, he would summon gardeners to arrange and grow them. It took incredibly long to complete, which I'm sure will be just like this series, as next time on Hooky Hour, we'll try to navigate through this awkward conversation. Look forward to it. See you then. Bye.